Hey everybody, Jeff Babedas with Family Promise of the Triangle. It's the end of 2024, the beginning of 2025, so now seemed like a really good time to do a little bit of catch up with Family Promise of the Triangle. And so we are going to cover three things in this video. First, we're going to talk about what Family Promise does, like what we've been doing. We're going to talk about what we have lined up for 2025, and then the third thing we're going to talk about, of course, is how you can be a part of it. So let's get to it by talking about our current roster of 6 programs. Of course, we already have videos on each of these programs, and I invited all of the case managers who run these specific programs on to talk about their programs. So if you'd like to do a deep dive into any of these, just check out our YouTube channel. They're all there. But here's a quick rundown. First, we have a homelessness prevention program that we call a Hand Up. We found that for only $500 per child per family, we can prevent an eviction. So this program is designed to prevent families from experiencing homelessness altogether so that they don't even need a shelter. Next, for those who have already been evicted from their homes, we have a rapid rehousing program. Rapid rehousing is a housing first model, and all that means is that we move families into stable permanent housing first, and then we provide the wraparound services once they're in their stable permanent housing. Then, of course, we have our emergency shelter program for families so that they don't have to split up into many shelters that are catered to specific ages or genders. Families can stay in one of our 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartments for up to 3 months while they're in this program. For those families who need a little bit more time to prepare for the responsibility of stable permanent housing, we have a transitional housing program. This is where families can stay in one of our 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom apartments for up to a year, where they save money, build credit, secure employment, and meet any personal goals that they may establish with their case manager. And then finally, we have 2 aftercare programs so that our clients don't fall back into experiencing homelessness once they've been through one of our programs before. And that is a lot of programs. But there's a reason we offer so many programs, and it's because one that might work really well for one family just isn't going to work for another family because no 2 families have the same needs. And it's this kind of diversity in programming that leads to so much success for our clients because we're not trying to fit square pegs into round holes. So that's our current roster of programs. That's what we've been up to. What does Family Promise of the Triangle have lined up for 2025? Well, first of all, a few years ago, Clayton Homes donated a manufactured home to Family Promise of the Triangle to use for transitional housing. We just had to find a place to put it, and at the time, the only place that we could find to put it was in Wendell, North Carolina. Now, if you're outside of North Carolina and outside of the Raleigh area, then you might not know that Wendell is about a half hour away from Raleigh. So this presented some challenges for the families that didn't have reliable transportation. But we're happy to announce that one of the first things that we're going to be doing in 2025 is to move that home to Cary, because we found a spot for it in Cary, which is much closer to Raleigh and much closer to the services that our families are in need of. So that's the first big thing that we have going on in 2025. The second big thing is that we have another house. One of our generous anonymous supporters just bought this house for families who are leaving our emergency shelter program to live in. This is fantastic because some of our families, even with our current transitional housing program, still need a little bit more time to get back on their feet. Families are going to be able to live in this house at reduced rent, but, and this is crucial, they're going to have their names on the lease. And this will help the families build credit, and also, if they have an eviction on their record, it'll build credibility with future renters. By design, this house is also near great neighborhood schools and near public transportation if reliable transportation is an issue for families. Finally, the third big thing that we have going on in 2025 is that starting this summer, thanks to a partnership with Durham County, we're going to be offering rapid rehousing services specifically for households who are experiencing homelessness because they're fleeing domestic violence. We are so excited about this new program because unfortunately it is a big need in our community, but also it means that these households can really focus on the work that they're doing with their domestic violence case managers while we handle the housing aspect. And that's going to take a lot off of these households' plates during an especially vulnerable time in their lives. So that's what we've been doing. That's what we're going to be doing in 2025. How can you be a part of it? Well, first and foremost, we need financial support to run these programs. So if you want to support them, you can head on over to www.familypromisetriangle.org/donate to make your gift right now. The second thing that you can do is sign up to volunteer on our website. Now, we do volunteering a little bit different here at Family Promise. See, rather than signing up for a specific time or date, you're going to sign up for a specific task. So it might be something like helping middle schoolers with their math homework. Well, the reason why we don't ask people to sign up for specific times or dates is because we might not have a lot of middle schoolers who need help with math at a given time. We might not have any middle schoolers at a given time. And so what this means is that we can build out a database of volunteers so that we can get a hold of you when a need arises. So if you'd like to be a part of that database, we need your help and we need your specific skill set. So you can head over to familypromisetriangle.org to sign up to volunteer. You can also sign up to host an event right here in our resource center. We've had groups come in to do movie nights, karaoke nights, cookie decorating parties, cookouts. We've really seen a lot of different things have a lot of success. So if you'd like to sign up to host an event one evening, I'm going to put our program director, Rashawn's email address right here on the screen so that you can shoot him an email and you can sign up for your date and time. But also, if you're having a hard time coming up with an idea, he can also help brainstorm with you. And while you're emailing Rashawn, you can also talk to him about signing up for a host week. This means that every weeknight during a given week, you'll bring hot meals for our families who are in our shelter program. If you like to cook or you're part of a group that likes to cook, this one is definitely for you. So if you want more information about that, again, here's our program director's email address. Finally, another crucial way that you can be a part of the work that we do here at Family Promise is to set up an opportunity for us to make a presentation. Let's face it, there are a lot of stereotypes about people who are experiencing homelessness. And this means that people have a certain image in their minds of what homelessness looks like, and that image is very rarely families, even though families make up about a third of the population who's experiencing homelessness. So we would like to raise awareness, and you can help us raise awareness by arranging a presentation to your business or your faith community or your book group or your knitting circle or your civic organization, fraternity, sorority, really any group that we can talk to. We would love to make time to do that. All right, so that's everything. I know that was a lot of information, but if you head on over to our website, again, it's familypromisetriangle.org, and you scroll to the bottom, you're going to find links to all of our social media channels so that you can keep up with us, and you'll also find a form so that you can sign up for our newsletter. We can't wait to hear from you in the coming year, and we appreciate your 30 years of support so much. So on behalf of Family Promise of the Triangle and the families that we serve, thank you so much, and we will see you in 2025. Thanks.